Hello students, welcome to another video of Upskilling Commerce. Today we will be discussing supply chain management. Imagine you order a smartphone online. Have you ever wondered how it reaches you? Behind every product, there is a complex system of processes ensuring it moves smoothly from raw materials to the final customer. This system is called supply chain management. It is the process of efficiently managing the flow of goods, services, and information from raw material suppliers to the final consumer. From sourcing raw materials and manufacturing to warehousing, transportation, and delivery, multiple steps work together to ensure that the right product reaches the right customer at the right time. Supply chain management is crucial because it reduces costs, improves efficiency, ensures timely delivery, and enhances customer satisfaction. An efficient supply chain helps businesses compete in the global market by ensuring smooth operations and customer satisfaction. Companies like Amazon, McDonald's, and Toyota are prime examples of businesses with well-optimized supply chains. Supply chain management involves the design, management, and control of the processes that facilitate the movement of materials and products from suppliers to manufacturers, then to distributors, and finally to customers. It begins with suppliers providing raw materials or components which are then transported to manufacturers for processing into finished goods. Once produced, these goods are sent to distributors or warehouses where they are stored and managed before reaching the market. The final step involves delivering the products to customers through various channels such as retailers, e-commerce platforms, or direct shipping. Effective supply chain management ensures the smooth flow of goods, reduces costs, improves efficiency, and enhances customer satisfaction by ensuring timely deliveries. It integrates logistics, inventory management, and technology to optimize operations and maintain a seamless connection between all stakeholders in the supply chain. Now let's discuss about the supply chain umbrella. The first point is procurement of raw materials. It refers to the process of sourcing, purchasing, and acquiring the essential materials needed for manufacturing or production. It involves selecting suppliers, negotiating prices, ensuring quality, and managing the supply to keep production running smoothly. The next is production and quality control. It refers to the process of manufacturing goods and ensuring they meet the required standards. Production involves converting raw materials into finished products, while quality control ensures that these products meet set specifications through inspections and testing. The next is inventory management. It refers to the process of tracking, controlling, and optimizing a company's stock of raw materials, work in progress, and finished products. It ensures that the right quantity of product is available at the right time while minimizing costs and avoiding shortages or excess stock. The next is warehousing and distribution. It refers to the storage and movement of goods within the supply chain. Warehousing involves storing of raw materials, work in progress, or finished products in storage facilities until they are needed. Distribution is the process of transporting and delivering these goods to retailers, wholesalers, or directly to customers efficiently and on time. Together, they ensure a smooth supply chain by managing inventory, reducing delays, and optimizing logistics. The next is logistics and transportation. It refers to planning, management, and movement of goods, materials, and information within the supply chain. Logistics involves coordinating storage, inventory, packing, and other fulfillment to ensure efficient operations. Transportation focuses on the physical movement of goods from suppliers to manufacturers, warehouses, distributors, and finally to customers using various modes like trucks, ships, trains, or airplanes. Together, they ensure timely delivery, cost efficiency, and smooth supply chain operations. The next is order management. Order management refers to the process of receiving, processing, tracking, and fulfilling customer orders. It includes order placement, payment verification, inventory checks, packing, shipping, and delivery. Efficient order management ensures timely and accurate order fulfillment, improves customer satisfaction, and optimizes supply chain operations. The next is demand planning and forecasting. It refers to the process of predicting future customer demand for products or services to ensure optimal inventory levels and efficient supply chain operations. Demand forecasting uses historical data, market trends, and analytics to estimate future demand, while demand planning involves aligning production, procurement, and distribution strategies based on these forecasts. Effective demand planning helps businesses prevent stockouts or overstocking, reduce costs, and improve customer satisfaction. And the last is customer service. It refers to the assistance and support provided to customers before, during, and after purchasing a product or service. It includes handling inquiries, resolving complaints, providing technical support, and ensuring customer satisfaction. Good customer service helps build strong relationships, enhances brand loyalty, and improves the overall customer experience. Now let's learn about some basic terms in supply chain. The first is lead time. Lead time in supply chain management refers to the total time taken from the moment an order is placed until the final product is delivered to the customer. It includes all stages such as procurement of raw materials, manufacturing, and shipping. Lead time plays a crucial role in inventory planning, demand forecasting, and customer satisfaction. Shorter lead times allow businesses to respond quickly to market changes, reduce inventory costs, and improve service levels. On the other hand, long lead times can lead to delays, stockouts, or excess inventory. Efficient management of lead time by improving supplier coordination, streamlining production, and choosing faster transport helps create a more responsive and cost-effective supply chain. The next is reorder point. A reorder point in supply chain management is the specific inventory level at which a new order should be placed to replenish stock before it runs out. It ensures that there is enough inventory to meet customer demand during the time it takes to receive the new stock, known as lead time. The reorder point is calculated based on the average daily usage rate of the item and the lead time required for delivery. For example, if a company sells 10 units per day and the lead time is 5 days, the reorder point would be 50 units, 10 multiplied by 5. Often businesses also add a safety stock to this calculation to account for unexpected delays or demand spikes. Maintaining the right reorder point helps avoid stockouts, reduce emergency orders, and ensure smooth operations without overstocking. The next one is safety stock. Safety stock is the extra inventory kept on hand to protect against uncertainties in supply and demand. It acts as a buffer to prevent stockouts when there are unexpected delays in delivery or sudden spikes in customer demand. For example, if a business usually sells 100 units per week but demand unexpectedly rises to 130 units, the safety stock helps fulfill the additional 30 units without losing sales. Similarly, if a supplier is delayed by a few days, safety stock ensures that operations continue smoothly during the waiting period. The amount of safety stock needed depends on factors like lead time, variability, demand fluctuation, and the importance of the product. Keeping an optimal level of safety stock helps maintain service levels, customer satisfaction, and supply chain reliability, while minimizing the risk of overstocking and excess holding costs. The next is just-in-time. Just-in-time is an inventory management strategy where materials and products are received or produced only when needed rather than being stocked in advance. The main goal of just-in-time is to reduce inventory holding costs, minimize waste, and improve efficiency by aligning production closely with demand. For example, a car manufacturer using just-in-time will receive parts like engines or tires just before they are needed on the assembly line, instead of storing large quantities in a warehouse. This system requires accurate demand forecasting, strong coordination with suppliers, and a reliable supply chain, as a delay can disrupt production, while just-in-time helps reduce storage costs and increase responsiveness. It also carries risks if there are sudden supply chain disruptions. And the next one is Economic order quantity. Economic order quantity is the ideal order quantity a company should purchase to minimize the total cost of inventory management, which includes ordering costs like shipping and handling and holding costs like storage and insurance. EOQ helps businesses determine how much stock to order each time so they avoid ordering too frequently or storing excess inventory. The EOQ formula includes annual demand per year, ordering cost per order, and holding cost per unit per year. Now let's learn how ERP has significantly transformed supply chain management. So, enterprise resource planning systems have significantly transformed supply chain management by making operations faster, more responsive, and highly integrated. The process typically starts when a customer places an order, which is instantly captured and recorded in the ERP system. This real-time data entry ensures that every relevant department like sales, inventory, procurement, and production gets immediate visibility. The system checks the available inventory automatically. If stock levels are insufficient, the procurement module raises purchase orders to suppliers without manual intervention. This fast communication reduces waiting time and avoids stockouts. Once suppliers receive the orders, they can process and ship the raw materials swiftly, keeping the manufacturing workflow smooth. At the same time, the production planning module within ERP schedules manufacturing tasks based on material availability, machine capacity, and labor resources. It ensures that production is aligned with customer demand and deadlines, reducing idle time and wastage. As the goods are produced, the logistics module takes over, managing warehouse storage, packing, and shipment planning. It tracks delivery status in real time and ensures timely dispatch to customers, often offering live shipment updates. Meanwhile, the finance and accounting departments are automatically updated through the ERP, tracking costs, generating invoices, and managing payments, making the entire financial flow synchronized with operations. Additionally, management receives real-time dashboards and analytics that highlight key performance indicators such as delivery times, inventory turnover rates, supplier performance, and customer satisfaction levels. This end-to-end visibility allows companies to make faster and more informed decisions, react quickly to market changes, predict future trends, and enhance overall customer service. By linking every part of the supply chain through a single digital platform, ERP systems eliminate manual bottlenecks, reduce errors, enhance communication, and ensure that companies stay agile and competitive in a fast-paced environment. Now let's learn the complete ERP workflow from punching an order in ERP to product delivery. The first is order punching in the ERP system. The supply chain process begins when a customer places an order through an online platform, sales representative, or purchase system. The order is then recorded in an enterprise resource planning system, which acts as the central hub for managing all supply chain activities. The ERP system validates the order by checking product availability, customer details, and pricing. It confirms payment if prepaid or generates an invoice for credit-based customers. It creates a sales order and links it to inventory and production, and it notifies the warehouse if stock is available or triggers a purchase request of raw materials. The next step is inventory check. Once the order is registered, the system checks the inventory in warehouses or distribution centers. If the product is available, it moves to the picking and packing stage. If the product is not available, the system initiates procurement of raw materials for production-based supply chains and reallocation of stock from other warehouses. The ERP system continuously updates inventory levels in real time to prevent stock shortages or overstocking. The next is procurement and production. If the order requires manufacturing, raw materials must be sourced from suppliers. The procurement team has to follow some steps, like the first is supplier selection, choosing vendors based on price, quality, reliability, and lead time. The next step is purchase order creation, generating a formal request for the required raw materials. The third is supplier coordination, ensuring timely dispatch and quality compliance. And the last one is receiving an inspection, checking the materials for defects before they enter production. Efficient procurement ensures seamless production and avoid delays. Once raw materials arrive, the manufacturing process begins. Production follows some key steps like the first is material preparation. Raw materials are processed according to design specifications. The next is assembly or manufacturing. Products are built using machinery, labor, and automation. The third is quality control. Products undergo inspections and testing at different stages to ensure they meet required standards. And the last is packing and labeling. Finished products are packed and labeled with batch numbers, barcodes, and tracking information. A strong quality control system helps reduce defects, returns, and customer complaints. The next step is warehouse processing and picking. Once manufacturing is complete, products are stored in warehouses before distribution. Key warehousing activities include the first one is inventory management, which involves updating stock levels in the ERP system. The next is storage optimization, organizing products based on demand, size, and shelf life. And the next step is temperature control, maintaining the right storage conditions for perishable or sensitive goods. Warehouses act as distribution centers, ensuring quick order fulfillment when needed. When the order is ready for dispatch, warehouse teams pick, pack, and prepare products for shipping. For picking, employees or automated systems select the correct items from storage. For packing, products are packed securely with protective materials. And for labeling, shipping labels and invoices are added for easy tracking. The ERP system generates a dispatch note to notify the logistics team that the order is ready for shipment. The next step is logistics and shipment. This stage involves the movement of goods from the warehouse to the customer via different transportation modes. Different modes of transportation are, the first is road transport, which is used for local or regional deliveries. The next is air transport, which is fast but expensive. It is used for urgent or international orders. The next is sea transport, which is cost effective for large shipments but slow. And the last one is rail transport, which is used for bulk goods over long distances. The ERP integrates with logistics partners to optimize routes, reduce costs, and provide real-time tracking. The next is last mile delivery. The final leg of the supply chain is last mile delivery, which ensures the product reaches the customer's doorstep. Courier services deliver small orders to homes and businesses. Retailers or distribution hubs handle bulk deliveries. Customers receive tracking details to monitor their shipments. Delivery confirmation is updated in the ERP once the package is successfully received. Efficient last mile delivery ensures customer satisfaction and faster turnaround time. And the last one is service and customer feedback. Once the product is delivered, customer service play a vital role in post-purchase support. It involves different steps like the first is feedback collection. Customers provide ratings and reviews on their experience. The next is returns and replacements. If the product is damaged or incorrect, return requests are handled. And the last one is customer support. Queries and complaints are resolved to ensure a positive experience. After successful order completion, the ERP updates the status to closed and the transaction is considered complete. From order punching in ERP to final delivery, the supply chain integrates multiple processes including procurement, production, warehousing, logistics, and customer service. Each stage is crucial for ensuring efficiency, cost effectiveness, and customer satisfaction. Companies use technology like ERP, AI, automation to optimize this flow, reduce delays, and improve accuracy. Now let's learn a case study about Suez Canal blockage and its impact on global supply chain. The Suez Canal is one of the world's most critical trade routes, handling about 12% of global trade. It serves as the shortest maritime link between Europe, Asia, and Africa. It significantly reduces travel time and costs for shipping, making global trade faster and more efficient. On March 23, 2021, a massive 400-meter long container ship operated by Evergreen Marine got stuck in the canal due to high winds and possible human error. It completely blocked the waterway, preventing hundreds of ships from passing. Its impact on global supply chain. The first is trade disruption. Over 400 ships were stuck at both ends of the canal waiting to pass through. This includes container ships, bulk carriers, oil tankers, and liquefied natural gas carriers. Trade worth $9.6 billion per day was delayed, causing major disruptions in global supply chains. Many businesses had their goods stranded at sea, affecting industries such as automotive, retail, electronics, and manufacturing. Some ships were forced to take the longer route around the Cape of Good Hope, which added 7,000 to 10,000 kilometers to their journey and delayed shipments by 10 to 15 days. The next is oil and energy prices. About 10% of global oil trade and 8% of liquefied natural gas shipments pass through the canal. Tankers carrying crude oil from the Middle East to Europe and the US were delayed. Fears of supply disruptions led to a 6% spike in Brent crude oil prices within a few days. Several refineries and power plants faced delays in receiving fuel, affecting global energy markets. Though oil prices stabilized after the crisis ended, the short-term price fluctuations impacted fuel costs, transportation expenses, and overall inflation in many countries. One of the biggest long-term effects of the blockage was the surge in freight rates. Many ships had to reroute around Africa, which meant higher fuel consumption and longer transit times. The global supply chain was already facing a container shortage due to COVID-19, and this disruption worsened the crisis. Shipping costs for a 40-foot container jumped by 47% in the weeks after the crisis. Shipping a container from China to Europe cost up to $8,000, nearly 4 times pre-pandemic rates. Shipping companies had to pay higher insurance premiums due to increased risks of delays and disruptions. These increased costs were passed on to businesses and consumers, leading to higher prices for goods worldwide. The next is shortages and delays. The automotive sector relies on just-in-time manufacturing, meaning even small delays can halt production. Companies like Volkswagen, Toyota, and Ford suffered production delays due to missing components. Higher transportation costs led to increased vehicle prices in many markets. Major retailers such as Amazon, Walmart, and IKEA struggled with delayed shipments. Seasonal goods such as fashion items and holiday merchandise arrived late, impacting sales. Many products were temporarily out of stock in stores due to delayed shipments from Asia. Many electronic companies source components from Asia, especially China and Taiwan. Smartphones, laptops, home appliances faced delays. The next is extended supply chain issues. Even though the Ever Given was freed on March 29, 2021, the supply chain disruptions lasted for months. Some other issues were like port congestion. One of the blockage of ships was cleared. Many ports struggled with an overflow of delayed cargo. Ports in Europe, US, and Asia saw congestion due to sudden arrival of many ships at once. Next is longer shipping times. So many businesses had to wait weeks or even months to receive goods that were delayed. Shipping companies had to reschedule vessels, creating further delays. The next is higher prices for goods. Increased transportation costs led to higher prices for everyday goods, including food, clothing, and electronics. Consumers in Europe and North America felt the impact well into late 2021. The key takeaways from this case study are: the global supply chain is fragile and heavily dependent on key trade routes. A single point of failure, like a blocked canal, can cause ripple effects worldwide. Companies started diversifying supply routes and using nearshoring to reduce reliance on long-distance shipping. Selecting the proper mode of transportation for a supply chain requires a strategic approach considering cost, speed, reliability, and the nature of goods being transported. Now let's see different modes of transportation and their effect on strategic decision making in transportation and delivery of goods to the customer. The first mode is roadways. One of the biggest advantages of roadways is their ability to provide direct door-to-door service. Unlike rail or air, which requires transfers at terminals or ports, trucks can pick up goods from a factory and deliver them straight to a store, warehouse, or customer's home. This is particularly important for e-commerce and retail businesses that rely heavily on last-mile delivery. Road transport is most suitable for short to medium-range shipments, typically within a country or region. When goods need to move quickly between nearby cities or towns, trucks and vans offer a practical and time-efficient option. production. For example, a warehouse in Mumbai can easily distribute goods to Pune or Nasik using road transport, saving time and reducing complexity compared to other modes like rail or air. When compared to air or specialized rail services, road transport is often the most affordable option for regional and local distribution. It allows companies to reach multiple destinations in a single trip, optimize delivery routes, and lower transportation costs per unit. This is particularly useful for FMCG companies that distribute to various retail outlets on a regular basis. Road transport is a vital part of the supply chain, especially for domestic or regional logistics. It offers unmatched flexibility, direct access to delivery points, and cost effectiveness for small or medium loads. While it may not be ideal for heavy or long distance international shipping, it is indispensable for last mile delivery, frequent small shipments, and areas without access to rail or air infrastructure. The next is railways. Rail transport is ideal for heavy, bulky, or high volume goods such as coal, cement, steel, grains, chemicals, or automobiles. Trains can carry much more weight compared to trucks, making them more efficient for industries that need to move large quantities of raw materials or finished products regularly. Railways are best suited for transporting goods over long distances, especially across regions or countries where road transport becomes costly or time consuming. For example, transporting goods from Punjab to Tamil Nadu or from Gujarat to West Bengal is more efficient by rail due to the extended range and consistent scheduling. Railways are a strategic choice in supply chains when the focus is on moving heavy or high volume goods across long distances, reducing costs, improving schedule reliability, and achieving sustainability goals. While not as flexible or accessible as roadways, for door-to-door service, rail is an essential backbone of national and industrial logistics, particularly in sectors like manufacturing, energy, mining, and agriculture. The next is airways. Air transport is best when goods need to reach their destination very quickly, within hours or a couple of days. This is common in industries where delays can lead to major losses or service disruptions. Air is ideal for items that are expensive but small or lightweight, where the shipping cost is justified by the product's high value. Mobile phones, laptops, designer clothing, or jewelry are often shipped by air because of their high value and low volume. Products with a short shelf life or sensitive storage requirements like pharmaceuticals, fresh fruits, seafood, or vaccines often require the speed and controlled conditions offered by air cargo. Choose airways in the supply chain when the priority is speed, safety, and high value, and when the higher cost is justified by the product's nature or the situation's urgency. It's not suitable for large, heavy, or low-cost goods due to limited space and high freight rates, but it's critical in industries where time is money. And the next is waterways. Waterways are the most common mode for global trade, moving goods between countries and continents through major sea routes. Waterways are ideal for goods that are heavy, voluminous, or non-time sensitive, such as coal, steel, grain, oil, vehicles, or construction materials. Ships have high carrying capacity, making them cost effective for bulk shipments. When goods do not have to be delivered quickly, shipping by sea or inland water becomes a practical option. This is especially true for products with long shelf life or items that can be stored in transit. Waterways should be selected in the supply chain when businesses need to move large quantity of goods over long distances at the lowest cost and where delivery time is not urgent. Though slower, it is highly suitable for international trade, heavy industry logistics, and cost-sensitive shipments. With growing investment in port infrastructure and inland waterways, sea and river transport is becoming an increasingly strategic part of modern supply chains. So that's all for supply chain. We will meet up in the next lecture for discussion of further topics.